In the fast-paced world of professional sports, few things can derail a career faster than an untimely injury. For Angel Reese of the Chicago Sky, that moment came unexpectedly when it was announced that she would be sidelined for the remainder of the WNBA season due to a wrist injury. While injuries are an unfortunate reality of sports, Reese's situation quickly sparked a wave of online speculation, with many questioning the true nature of her injury. Could there be more to the story? Was this really a season-ending injury, or did Angel Reese walk away from the court for reasons beyond physical pain, perhaps even out of frustration after being eclipsed by her rookie rival, Caitlyn Clark? Let's dive into the facts, explore the heated dynamic between these two standout players, and see if the truth might be more complex than it seems. A rivalry that runs deep. The tension between Angel Reese and Caitlyn Clark isn't new. It goes back to their college days when both were standout stars, and it's only intensified since they both entered the WNBA. The narrative of their rivalry has been shaped by heated on-court moments, including verbal exchanges, celebratory snubs, and plenty of fan-fueled drama. But Reese has always downplayed the idea of bad blood between the two. "There's never been beef," Reese once said, brushing off the media's portrayal of the rivalry. "We've talked trash to each other on the court, but it's really the fans, Caitlyn's fans from Iowa and now from Indiana, that stir things up." While Reese might insist there's no bad blood, the data shows a different story. According to statistics, 177% of all flagrant fouls in the WNBA have been committed against Caitlyn Clark, and a staggering 80% of those came from players on Angel Reese's Chicago Sky team. Meanwhile, Clark has remained focused on her game, showing little interest in retaliating or engaging in the off-court drama. The incident sparked immediate debate on social media, with opinions split over whether Reese's gesture was playful or unsportsmanlike. Some hailed Reese's competitive spirit, while others condemned her actions. The racial dynamics of the situation were also heavily discussed, with many pointing out that Clark had made similar gestures in the past without facing the same level of scrutiny. Reese, a black woman, was being called out for behavior that, when done by a white athlete like Clark, had been praised as part of the game. Angel Reese speaks out on racism and harassment. In her new podcast, Unapologetically Angel, Reese opened up about her rivalry with Clark and the darker side of being a high-profile athlete. While Reese was quick to praise Clark's abilities, calling her an amazing player, she also revealed the toll that the rivalry has taken on her personally, particularly when it comes to the treatment she has received from some of Clark's fan base. Reese shared that some of Clark's fans have crossed the line from simple rivalry into outright racism. "There is a lot of racism when it comes to it," Reese said. While she clarified that she doesn't believe Clark endorses such behavior, she pointed out that some fans take their support for Clark too far, attacking her with racially charged language and harassment. Reese's comments have shed light on the ugly side of sports fandom, where the intensity of competition can sometimes devolve into personal attacks and hate. But the harassment hasn't been limited to just words. Reese also revealed that some fans have gone as far as to create AI-generated nude images of her, which were sent to her family members. She described the experience as horrifying and expressed frustration that female athletes are often subjected to this type of invasive harassment. Despite the challenges, Reese remains focused on the game, emphasizing that while she and Clark are fierce competitors, there is no hate between them. Caitlyn Clark's response: downplaying the rivalry. On the other side of the rivalry, Caitlyn Clark has taken a more pragmatic approach to the situation. In various interviews, Clark has downplayed any personal animosity between herself and Reese. "I'm pretty sure that the only people who view this as a rivalry is all of you," Clark said in a June 2024 interview with the media. For Clark, the focus remains on basketball and moving the game forward. Clark's comments reflect her desire to keep the conversation centered on the sport, rather than any personal drama. She has acknowledged that the media and fans may enjoy framing her relationship with Reese as a rivalry, but for her, it's simply part of the game. If it's going to help move the game forward, then absolutely, that's amazing, Clark said. Her stance emphasizes her focus on growing the WNBA and advancing women's sports as a whole. While Clark's more diplomatic approach may contrast with Reese's candidness, both players share a common goal: to elevate the game of women's basketball and inspire the next generation of athletes. Their competition on the court may be fierce, but off the court, both players are committed to advancing the sport and breaking down barriers. The impact of the rivalry on the WNBA. There's no denying that the Reese-Clark rivalry has been a boon for the WNBA. Since being drafted in 2024, both players have brought a new level of excitement to the league. Clark, who was the first overall pick by the Indiana Fever, and Reese, who joined the Chicago Sky, have continued their fierce competition, drawing in new fans and increasing viewership. Their matchups in the WNBA have been must-see events, with fans eager to see how their rivalry plays out in the professional league. The Fever, led by Clark, have already secured a spot in the playoffs, while Reese's Sky have struggled, losing 7 straight games. Despite their differing team fortunes, the Reese-Clark rivalry remains one of the hottest storylines in the league. Beyond the court, the rivalry has sparked important conversations about race, gender, and the unique pressures faced by women athletes. Reese's willingness to speak out about the harassment and racism she has faced has brought attention to the systemic issues that still plague women's sports. Meanwhile, Clark's focus on advancing the game shows that both players are using their platforms to make a positive impact. A glimpse into the future. What's next for Reese and Clark? As of September 2024, the rivalry between Angel Reese and Caitlyn Clark shows no signs of slowing down. Both players are still in the early stages of their WNBA careers, and their future matchups will likely continue to draw significant attention. While their rivalry has brought new fans to the game, it has also raised important questions about how female athletes are treated compared to their male counterparts. For Reese, the challenges of being a black woman in the spotlight have been particularly acute. Her experiences with racism and harassment are a reminder that there is still much work to be done in creating an equitable and supportive environment for women athletes. However, her resilience and willingness to speak out have made her a powerful voice in the fight for equality in sports. Clark, on the other hand, continues to focus on the game itself, determined to let her skills on the court speak for her. Her ability to stay level-headed amidst the media frenzy and fan speculation is a testament to her professionalism and dedication to the sport. As the WNBA continues to grow, the Reese-Clark rivalry will remain a key storyline, drawing in fans and elevating the league to new heights. Both players are trailblazers in their own right, and their rivalry is not just about basketball. It's about pushing boundaries, challenging stereotypes, and inspiring the next generation of women athletes. Conclusion: a rivalry for the ages. The rivalry between Angel Reese and Caitlyn Clark is more than just a competition between two talented athletes. It's a reflection of broader societal issues, from racism and harassment to gender equality in sports. While their on-court battles are thrilling, the off-court dynamics of their rivalry have sparked important conversations about the pressures faced by women athletes, particularly women of color, as they continue to compete at the highest levels of the WNBA. What do you think? Was Angel Reese's injury legitimate, or did Caitlyn Clark's dominance leave her with no other option but to bow out? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on the latest drama and sports stories.